These 5 guidelines can help you develop unbreakable self-control. Every successful life story has something to do with self-control or self-discipline. It may start to sound cliché, but why is it always talked about whenever you want to achieve your goals? Well, it is because self-discipline is easier said than done. Self-control over basic desires is the essence of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the capacity to move forward, maintain motivation, and act despite any physical or mental discomfort. You demonstrate it when you consciously decide to work toward improving yourself, even in the face of obstacles like temptations, difficulty, or bad circumstances. Hello there! This is the Financial Fortune channel, and in this video, we are going to talk about 5 guidelines that can help you develop unbreakable self-control or self-discipline. Before we proceed, please don't forget to leave a like, click subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we release new videos. Let's get started. Before we discuss the guidelines, we need to answer first, why is self-discipline important? Self-discipline is beneficial in many aspects of our lives. For example, it motivates you to produce excellent work even when you don't feel like it. Even when you're ready to give up, it provides you the courage to maintain your professionalism with your clients. It aids in your perseverance and achievement of the objectives you set for yourself. You can achieve success through self-discipline even when the odds seems overwhelming to others. Regardless of what your goals are, you must work to accomplish them. If you lack discipline, you're likely to put in little to no effort rather choosing to wait. If you want to be successful, you must be able to resist instant gratification and temporary temptations. Now, there's a huge distinction between self-discipline and discipline, and it all has to do with willpower. For instance, why do you believe working out alone is less beneficial for weight loss than working out with a personal trainer? Yes, they may correct some of these strategies you are doing incorrectly and teach you some new ones, but the most crucial elements are accountability and motivation. The experience of working out alone versus working out with a trainer is really different. Trainers instruct you on what to do, what you're doing incorrectly, and how to do it right and provide encouragement. Who is more self-disciplined? Someone who is self-trained and someone who has a trainer. Of course, the person who does everything themselves, right? This is so that no one can instruct him on what to do or when to do it, while the other person is a trainer who follows him wherever he goes. The only one holding him accountable is himself. Being self-disciplined entails turning off, doing the work, and keeping your word. It also refers to developing positive habits. Habitual behaviors are triggered naturally and therefore likely to be sustained, making them crucial for behavior change strategies. You might be able to admit that you lack discipline. You're in luck because this is a skill. It indicates that even if you start from scratch, you can learn and master it. Follow these guidelines and you'll see how it'll change the course of your life. Rule number 1. Don't wait for the right mood. We have all experienced not doing our tasks just because we don't feel like it. I mean, who doesn't? Even successful people experience that. But the problem in this situation is you will never feel like it and the right mood will never come. Even though you may have started doing your tasks 5 minutes later, you're going to stop because again, you don't feel like it. Our brains are not designed for productivity. It was made with instant satisfaction in mind. As a result, you shouldn't wait for the right time to act. Just do it. The 3-second rule is a tip that will be useful to you. All you have to do is count to 3 and then start doing whatever you need to do. Do not overthink. Do not hesitate. Just do it. When you wake up and have to get up out of bed, count 1 to 3 and stand up. When you need to study, count 1 to 3 and get your notes or books. When you need to clean, count 1 to 3 and start cleaning. It is important to not think about it. Just count 1 to 3 and do it quickly. Rule number 2. Remove temptations. Another step you can do is to eliminate everything that is preventing you from doing what you have to do. Our brains are designed to avoid any type of pain, suffering, or effort. So, given the choice between working and watching Netflix, we usually select the latter because it is quicker and more enjoyable. And if we ever choose Netflix, there's still anxiety in our mind that can make us feel guilty for not doing our tasks. But if you finish your task first, everything gets much simpler. In this situation, you could suspend your Netflix subscription. If you find yourself always checking your Instagram or your phone, uninstall the app or just power off your phone and keep it in a drawer. If you want to get fit, remove all the junk food in your fridge and pantry. This may sound harsh, but if that's what it takes for you to not be tempted, then do it. Make it difficult for you to procrastinate. Do you find this tip helpful? Comment down below and share it with your friends. Rule number 3. Set realistic goals. Setting goals is another skill that helps speed up your work. When making goals, you must be both ambitious and reasonable. A well-known businessman is quoted as saying, "If you know exactly the steps to reach your goal, the goal is too small." According to studies on goal setting and task performance, difficult goals provide better results than simple ones. Do your best goals and no goals at all. Setting goals is most likely to increase your work performance when the objectives are clear and suitably difficult. Therefore, even if you don't succeed, you will always be more productive. A solid goal is one that you can actually achieve and isn't too shiny, or you'll feel like your potential is being wasted. It should also have a due date as well. You'll be more successful and efficient if you have a good deadline, especially if you hold yourself accountable. Rule number 4. Think long-term. The greatest way to anticipate the future, according to Abraham Lincoln, is to make it. Successful people take action, which is what sets them apart from unsuccessful people. If they don't like something, they seek to improve rather than complain about it. Ask yourself these questions. What are you doing now to better your life? What does your future look like in 3, 5, and 10 years based on the habits you take today? The best method to encourage yourself to accomplish what you're supposed to do, even when you don't feel like it, is to realize that everything you do today will have a significant impact on the person you will be tomorrow. So develop good habits and be consistent. It doesn't matter if yesterday you did a 30-minute workout, then today you're only exercising for 10 minutes. When we say consistency, it's not about being consistent with your performance. It is about being consistent in showing up and doing what you have to do. As you keep doing these actions, eventually they will turn into habits and it doesn't have to be hard anymore. Rule number 5. Build a productive routine. Success doesn't happen overnight, and so do habits. As I've said, you need to be consistent with your actions in order to become a habit, and as you continue doing these habits, you will have a routine. There is a man who a few years ago became serious about his health, so he started exercising even though he hates it. After the first 3 days, he really wanted to give up, but something inside of him told him to continue. His body was put under a lot of stress over the first month, but then strange things started to happen. He didn't anticipate it, but he actually began to like working out and going to the gym. He expected it and began to realize that his days were growing more productive, and then he was accomplishing a lot more. He was more energized and beginning to appear much better. He even started eating healthy foods and ditched junk foods. So you see, big results take time to achieve, but you can still get there by taking tiny regular steps. You should get up at the same time each day and have a detailed plan for your day, since this is a fantastic approach to getting things going. Make your bed as soon as you get out of bed. This is a wonderful first step and a little but significant accomplishment. Start by selecting the aspects of your routine you'd like to change to get started on improving it. You can compile a list of all of your everyday activities and categorize them into positive, neutral, and negative activities if you like. Once you have your list, you can now decide what changes you are going to do in your routine. Eliminate those negative or neutral activities or turn them into positive ones. Always remember to practice willpower by forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. Success doesn't happen overnight. It is not a special event that will happen, but rather it is a process that involves self-discipline and willpower. So if you really want to achieve your goals, start acting now. Do not think, do not hesitate, just do it. Remove temptations if you have to. Be consistent with your good habits until it becomes a routine. As long as you are consistent and determined, you will become one of the people who has a successful life story. This is the Financial Fortune, and thank you for watching.